So, I have my 3D printer currently heating up. I'm going to open up this new roll of PETG, my first time using this type of plastic. I'm going to be trying to make a mold for a cement vase. Let's see how it goes. As you can see, I've started the print. I am 6 minutes in and it's already failing. The stringing is excessive. I don't think I turned up the temperature enough. It's currently at 230 degrees Celsius. And the nozzle 60 at the bed. I'm gonna cancel it and then start over with a higher temperature. I'm gonna go all the way up to 240, or and if that doesn't work, all the way up to 250. Keep you updated. So I've restarted the print after upping the temperature. I decided to skip 240 and go straight to 245. Since I have the direct drive, I switched the Bowden to the direct drive. I don't know if the PTFE tubing in here is going to hold up to the temperature. I'm gonna upgrade that in the future. And it started. Be updated. I can already tell it's a bit better because the layers are sinking down into each other. As you can see, the 3D print has been successful so far. I don't know if this is just me, but this is one of the smoothest 3D prints I've ever had. And not quite sure why. It's printing at 0.2 millimeter layer heights, and that's not a very low. So I don't really know. But currently we are 2 hours and 10 minutes into it. And so far everything's holding up. I'll update you later. Well, I guess for you it'll be next few seconds. So the second part of the mold for the concrete planter vase thing is currently printing, and I noticed there's something wrong with the display because it's trying to get to a temperature of 345 degrees Celsius, which can't be good. So earlier I reported that the temperature was at 300 and something degrees. It's now back down to 260. I had to stop the print and reset the temperature, and then restart it again. And that is why you never leave your print unattended, because most machines don't have thermal runaway initiated, which is too bad. But I mean, that's the price you pay for buying a cheap 3D printer. All did not go according to plan yesterday with the printing of the sides of the vase. Like I showed you, the extruder started, or not the extruder, the hot end was trying to get up to 300 and something degrees Celsius, which is physically impossible for the machine. And I ended up just letting it go last night, and ball of spaghetti. It failed. So as you can see, all that is wasted plastic. But I guess it's not bad because there was a major layer shift. But the one thing that this does prove is that you can print these without support. Come on. It just came out smooth. And that's all I really needed as proof. So now I'm re-slicing it. I'm also adding a larger brim so it doesn't fall over or get detached from the bed, because that's what happened with the last one. And that is currently failing. Oh. I'll have to restart it. So, as you can see, I've finished printing out the mold. I labeled the pieces so I can put them together the right way. Because they're all different, but they're so similar that you can't tell. And I've also taped it up, and I thought I was ready for the first pour, but apparently I need to take this apart and spread some Vaseline over the sides and use the method that I found while doing research for this, that you cover this inside portion with a balloon to keep it from sticking in the cement. So other than that, I'm ready. And I don't know if you noticed this, but in that time lapse, this third piece failed right here, right at the top. And it only had like between 3 and 5 layers left to go, but I was able to use it. It's kind of a rough job. As you can see down in there, there's a substantial gap where they meet, but I can just sand that off the pour. So that's been this update. So, update on the concrete planter video. I've somehow managed to get the 60 pounds of powder from that bag into this bucket, and that was really hard. Now I'm going to be drilling holes into this yogurt container to act as a sieve to get all the rocks out of here, because I don't want those. I've also lubed the mold with petroleum jelly, both sides, and I put a balloon on the inner part to make it slip out easier. So I've now used this sift, which works amazingly well, to separate the concrete from the rocks, the rocks from the powder. So now this should all be powder. I wasn't sure how much I needed, so I probably have too much here. But I'm gonna add water to it and then mix it to a pancake batter consistency. Is what I researched, what I found when I researched. So never knew how hard it was to mix one-handed, holding the camera. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording so I can mix this more thoroughly. So I have now poured the concrete into the mold, and I just tapped it a few times on the floor to get the air bubbles out. Now it's spilled over, so I have to wipe it up a little. But other than that, I haven't missed much. So as you can see, I've taken apart the hot end of my 3D printer, taken out the Bowden tube, and just as I suspected, it's charred after printing that PETG. So, you're gonna do this project and you're using PETG or ABS like me, you should definitely upgrade your Bowden tube to a Capricorn, which is what I'm gonna do. Because as of now, until I can get Capricorn, I can no longer print because I don't have a Bowden tube. Either you replace the Bowden tube or you get a Micro Swiss all metal hot end. It's the other solution. But yeah. So it's just another update. So it's been about what time? 10 hours ish, 12 hours that I let this cure. I poured it and then I just let it sit out here, and as you can see, if I do the fingernail test, it doesn't leave a mark, and that means it's cured. I'm gonna peel this tape off, see how it turned out. This is my first time doing this, so I have no clue if I did everything right. When I mixed the concrete yesterday, I thought I added a little too much water. So I managed to free it from its plastic prison, except I broke the inside. So this balloon trick really does work if you put like latex, I think is what balloons are made of, between it, your mold, and the cement. It really does come out really nice. But as you can see in there, the texture of the balloon, so the balloon wasn't tight on this, and so the texture of the balloon went onto the cement, and that's what made it hard to get out. I also had just destroyed the edge a bit. So now I gotta reprint this, except I'm waiting for my new Bowden tube to come in. Well, this project was a success, I guess is what you could call it. I'm gonna try again. I might even print this in flexible filament, really thin, so that it comes out better. I'm also gonna widen this, because right now it's only 40 millimeters across. I want to make it at least 50.